Hi, man. Welcome to another episode, Rockstar Reactions. It's your host, Rockstar 2800, the most hated, the most opinionated, the most underrated. You know the rest. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe right now to this channel. Become a member. Also, follow Smutfree TV on Instagram. Hop in them comments. Why? Because every comment counts. And you know, we got the hottest content in these internet streets. No cap. Let's get into it. Rockstar Reacts. ADAM22 and Almighty Suspect get into a huge argument over hip hop. This is a good argument. It's a good debate. And it's about time somebody tell Adam to his face how they really feel about him and the culture. So now let's get into it, man. You know, the arguers of all arguers, Almighty Suspect wants that smoke with ADAM22. Let's see what's cracking. I was called to do this. Somebody called me. Hey, bro, woo, check this out. They going crazy. All right, let's do it. Let's see what they talking about. It's my first time watching it with y'all. So let's get into it.
Suspect's a stubborn guy.
But y'all both talk about two different things.
You thought you knew more hip hop about me, you lost the conversation.
At the moment that you start arguing from authority and arguing that your opinion is better just because of your life experience, no, that's what you're saying right now.
They said that, and I agree.
You're leaning on your life experience to say that you should automatically win the argument.
I didn't say that.
That's what you just said.
I didn't say automatically, but the moment that you tried to discredit, like how do you know more hip hop about me? How?
No, but what you're doing right now, acting as if
that's the question.
Why I'm talking? Stop talking while I'm talking. You're arguing now that my opinion.
Hold on, stop talking while I'm talking, nigga. Who is you? I don't care if you my boss. You ain't about to be telling me nothing like that. We ain't disrespectful, nothing. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna get off just like you gonna get off. You can fire me right now, homeboy. Like I don't understand these people.
Why are you interrupting so much?
I want to know the question. You didn't answer the question. You was done talking, and I asked the question, and you interrupted.
You're asking why am I allowed to have a legitimate opinion on hip hop? No, you're saying that my opinion can't count compared to yours.
What I said the moment that you insinuated, like the moment that child was ready, and then you said like, oh, like Suspect knows more than hip hop about me, nigga. You came in hip hop in 32. I was born into hip hop.
What are you talking about? I've been listening to rap since I was a tiny child. Bro, no, but this argument is you taking an L because you're arguing that I can't have an argument.
I'm not saying you can't have an argument.
No, but you're arguing that my opinion. But why is my opinion less relevant than yours? That's not the kind of thing that people will.
I mean, listen, Almighty got a point to some degree. I'm gonna listen to what Adam got to say, but you know, you started a hip hop blog, 32 years old. Like, to give your opinion on hip hop, he felt like he was born into his pops underground, been around hip hop. He's a student of it more. So I don't know if Adam can say the same. Maybe he is a student a little bit, but he still don't have a lot of knowledge of hip hop. So it's hard for me to agree with Adam that he knows more about hip hop than Suspect at this moment.
Well, no, on a podcast, that's not what you do. You don't tell the other person that their opinion doesn't count because they're white or because they're old or whatever. Well, that's what you're saying.
I didn't say
and you're lying because you just said that I got into hip hop at 32.
I didn't say it count. You got into talking to rappers at 32. Did you not?
No, yeah.
Okay, then, nigga, I was born into hip hop.
Okay.
What are you talking about? I was judging battles.
I'm saying that if you go on a podcast and you argue that your opinion matters more than the other person, no, that's what you're saying right now.
I didn't say it matters more.
No, that's literally what you just said.
And the only reason I brought that up is because when that chat came up, you immediately insinuated like, oh, how does Suspect know more? And I just told you how. You came into hip hop at 32.
That's not true. You're lying. I've been listening to hip hop since I was a small child, since I was in elementary school.
I've been in it,
just because you were hanging out with Lush at battles doesn't mean that.
Hanging out with Lush.
Okay, but
being a fan and being in it are completely.
Hanging out with Lush at battles is crazy. Adam throwing low blows.
Separate things, Adam.
How are you in it?
Don't you understand?
Just because you were going to live shows?
No, not
because you're going to battles.
I'm judging battles.
I'm saying
I'm judging battles at 12.
Suspect. If you're gonna have,
my father is an underground.
Why do I keep talking and then you start talking over me?
You didn't let me.
Shouldn't we let each other talk?
No,
but you keep saying the same thing over and over.
How? And then I tried to answer and you cut me off.
I'm gonna explain to you like a pretty simple concept in podcasting, which is
you got it, bro. You won.
If we're gonna have an argument, you can't tell me that I can't have an opinion.
You got it. You won.
Why are you doing?
Man, Adam don't never want to go head up. He always wants to clear the air, smoke, so he can change the narrative to his shit being more authentic than the next person's opinion. And with Suspect, he's a heavy debater, head on. You know what I'm saying? We can go back and forth. Ain't nothing that pause, calm down. I'm gonna hear you. How we hear each other when we talk loud over each other don't matter. And Adam, he ain't that. He never been that type of person. He always tries to control the conversation.
Doing this little spoiled brat thing.
You got it. You want
it. You called him a spoiled brat? Wow.
Got it. You want it. Oh man, this is kind of sad.
I bet it is. It's sad that you feel like at 32, as being a fan of hip hop and somebody who's actually in hip hop.
No, you're doing it again. You're doing it again.
How do you know?
You're telling me I can't have an opinion on rap because I'm white.
I didn't say you can't have an opinion. Where did white come into this? I said 32. I never said white. I said 32.
So because I became successful interviewing rappers at 32, that undermines my opinion.
That's not what I said.
That is literally what you just got done saying.
Putting words into my mouth. That's not what I said.
The only words I'm putting in your mouth are the ones that you literally just said.
No. Repeat what I said, not words in my mouth. Say exactly what I said. Quote me. Don't put your perception of what I said on it. Quote me, nigga.
I'm just saying.
Don't put your perception on it. You're putting
this podcast would be very, very boring if every argument got broken down to I have more authority in hip hop. If we want to talk about who has more authority in hip hop,
you're talking about authority.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like, he is putting words in Suspect mouth. Suspect, he's trying to get his point across, saying, look, you at 32, I was born in it. It ain't got nothing to do with race, white, black, whatever. It's just you started later, I started earlier. That's all I think Sus is trying to get off. And I feel like Adam is offended by that.
You talk about my accolades in terms of what I've accomplished in hip hop.
What is this dog right here? Get this dog. I thought I was seeing stuff. It's a real dog. Get y'all dog. Who dog is that? Josh? Somebody get the dog out the camera.
You might have been in it for a long time.
Hey,
I got the accolades.
That's where y'all gonna come.
I got accolades on the ass. I got accolades I shouldn't even bother to mention.
Y'all gonna come to the same point again where y'all talking about two different things. You get what I'm saying? Right now, y'all even arguing two different things. The whole thing started.
No, but he's the one telling me now that I can't even have an opinion because I'm white and because I became successful in hip hop when I was older.
Who said white? I said 32. More words in my mouth. What are you talking about?
I think that's what you're getting at. What are you about to eat?
If I'm gonna get at something, I'm gonna say it. I'm not gonna insinuate a thing. It's fried chicken.
I'm challenging you to prove that you're not actually triggered and mad by being able to have a normal conversation about this as well.
The only reason I got mad is when the super chat read it and you insinuated like you have more hip hop knowledge than me, nigga. Please.
No, I just don't.
Talking about
the same. My issue with the super chat is my issue with what you're saying in general too, which is that we shouldn't be having a conversation in which we tell the other person that their opinion matters less because of their lived experience.
More perception.
Could you imagine me and DW arguing about rap and him saying, "Well, I'm from Long Beach, so your opinion doesn't matter"? That's retarded. Talking about
some Long Beach shit, does your opinion not more?
We're talking about hip hop in general.
I was born in hip hop. What aren't you understanding? He's born in Long Beach.
Okay.
He can talk to more Long Beach shit about.
No, if we're talking Long Beach, for sure that makes sense. No, but what you're doing right now is exactly what I'm talking about.
I was born in hip hop. How can somebody whose whole culture, everything they live and breathe?
This is an interesting way for you to choose to lose this argument.
No. I'm about to break it down for you. Do our culture don't live and breathe hip hop? Yes or no? Do it not?
That doesn't make you right in this argument.
No, I'm not saying
just because you've been hanging out at battles.
I'm saying my opinion. You're talking about right. Let me get my opinion.
What is hanging out at battles? Why does hanging out at battles make you a better aficionader on this?
I never said better. Can I get my opinion out?
Why? But you were just hanging out at battles.
Your perception. Hanging out at a battle and judging a battle is completely different.
Okay.
I judge the battle rap.
What is the difference between listening to music and being obsessed with music and doing that, but then also sitting on a couch at a battle?
Gang banging and being inside gang banging. What is he talking about?
But being inside it doesn't make you an ex.
Yeah, I get on him, Suspect.
Expert on it.
Being inside gang banging don't make you more knowledgeable than a fan?
Yeah, it does.
For sure.
Outside
who's a bigger expert on gangs? A guy who writes a book on gangs and really breaks it down, or Crip Mac? Who's really only exposed to one gang?
Crip Mac no more than
the
guy who wrote the book. I'm not saying me, but I'm saying a guy.
Yes, dummy. It's overall experience, bro. Just because he researched and right don't mean he know more about it. He researched about it. He didn't experience it. When you experience something, you know more about it. You went through it. Damn, Adam is a bird brain sometimes. He's so full of himself.
Guy who wrote the book on it.
The nigga
So you're telling me
nigga,
that a random fucking dude who happens to be in a gang is more of an authority on gangs than a guy who studies it for his entire life. Now, this is just like a
I'm
metaphor.
talking about a nigga who was born.
I'm not gonna say more
if you
authority.
Born in your hood,
like
a nigga who wrote a book about
police
your hood
got more authority.
He studied it.
All I'm saying is
he studied it. Come on,
suspect. Nobody.
What are we talking about?
Suspect. Let me just make my point. Nobody wants to watch a podcast in which you proclaim that you have the only valid opinion because of the fact that you used to hang out with Lush at battles.
That's what you're saying.
No, that's what you said.
Well, he disrespected Sus. I've been like, boy, straight up, you ain't about to hang out with who, boy? Who you used to be hanging out? Who you hang out with, boy? Yeah, because you talking about I'm hanging out with niggas and all that. Like, come on, Sus. He trying to play.
I never brought up
Why do you keep saying things that denying that you send them?
I quote me. Stop putting
this has happened a lot of times in a row now.
I never quoted anything. You're not quoting me. You're saying
no, I am.
No, that's not
I'm directly quoting you.
No. Like I said, once again, a nigga who was born in the culture knows more than a fan.
You're doing it again.
Oh, that's a fact, is it not? A nigga who born in Long Beach.
And my response to that is he's exactly right. My response to that is that suspect. Nobody wants to listen to a podcast where you talk about how you're the only one who gets to have a valid opinion.
Only one.
Hold on, but his thing is you saying since he white,
I didn't say white. He said white.
Why you throwing rocks and hiding your hands? Because we all know what you're fucking saying.
No.
He's throwing rocks and hiding his hands.
No. I'm about to tell you why.
He's throwing rocks and hiding his hands.
Throwing rocks, hiding hand. Where you get that term from? He been kicking around whack too much.
I can't tell you why you because you said the culture. You said the culture.
Listen, let me
go ahead.
Let me dismantle his lie. He's trying to say,
but then he's gonna say something, and then I'm gonna repeat it back to him, and then he's gonna tell me that he never said that.
About one mic, and I'm trying to get my opinion now, but I'm
because you keep saying the same thing.
Listen, I'm about to say something completely different. If you'll shut the fuck up. Listen, he's talking about white, right? If I call Lush is way more knowledgeable about hip hop than him because Lush has actually been in it for 30 years.
But see, again,
I'm not talking about white.
He's saying that you ain't been in it.
I told him that he shouldn't be arguing that his opinion is the only one that it matters because of his life experience. But now he's saying the same thing about Lush.
No, listen.
He's putting Lush as a stand-in for himself. My argument is that our arguments should be able to stand on their own.
You
have no argument here.
Because he's in it more.
You gave up on having an argument, and now you're arguing that you're the only one who gets to have an argument.
I like Sus arguments. But Adam just he has to defend himself. He's always gotta be this, sticking my chest out. I'm the owner of this company. Feel me? I'm gonna stand on mine. Feel me? Whether I'm wrong or right. That's how I feel his attitude is.
White.
He's saying he's not saying this because you white. He's saying Lush been in hip hop for real for a long time.
I know because he realizes that it's kind of tacky to just talk about himself. So now he's subbing Lush. He's subbing Lush in my head.
Now you're trying to tell me what I realize in my head. More perception.
I'm breaking down what you're doing right now because it's so transparent.
More perception. Quote me, nigga.
It's so transparent.
You tried to say that I said you don't know shit because you came in this as a white man at 32. That's not what I said. I never said white. And then I gave you an example of a white man who's actually been in it, who knows more than you. That's why I said white. You said white. Let's know.
Do you notice that not once in this argument have I flexed my accolades?
You just said white.
Which is that?
Sound like that's what you want to do.
I never once flexed my accolades because Adam's so corny, man.
Suspect.
Bro,
here's a question.
Not rapping.
Who has created the most successful podcast on the West Coast in the history of the internet?
You don't rap.
I knew Cole was about to do
That's
that.
different. Being a spectator.
Look at him moving the goalpost. Now you don't rap.
I like that. See, I ain't gonna lie. Sus got a good argument. I can't wait to talk about this later on Clubhouse too, because, like you said, you a spectator. Like, let's keep it real.
Let me give an example.
Who's the most successful person in the media space on the West Coast of the last 10 years?
Let me give an example.
No, that's an honest question.
Let me give an example.
You tell me. No, I want you to answer.
vladtv. What about Vlad? Vlad on the West Coast. Let's talk about that. Adam, you ain't even from the West Coast, boy.
Who's the most successful person building a media platform on the West Coast?
On gangs
no,
better than
Street TV, Alex Alonso. Hey, all right.
Stop. One mic. One mic.
What's the name of OG Crit?
One mic.
You get what I'm trying to say? How is the spectator? How is the spectator more knowledgeable about the person who's actually involved in it?
One mic.
How?
One single mic.
It doesn't make sense.
Individual mic.
One mic. It doesn't make sense.
One mic.
How is the spectator?
No. Suspect.
Man, he trying to shut suspect up. He trying to, man, shut. Like that's a disgrace, bro. Like I'm really insulted. Like I would get up, homie, and really get to tripping on Adam, bro. Like straight up, like, hey, we ain't going for all that. All that one mic don't shut me up. That's what I'm saying. I'm not no nigga in person, bro, to be doing all that, bro. I'm not gonna be arguing with near nobody, bro. Straight up.
More knowledgeable than the person inside it.
Okay, are you done? Suspect.
How is Street TV more knowledgeable than a Crip his whole life? Because he's been spectating Crip shit for a long time. That don't make you more knowledgeable than a nigga who was born in it.
That's insane. Suspect.
How is that insane? A nigga who's
the guy who's a gang expert who gets hired by the government to consult them on gang activities and trials is more knowledgeable than just a random dude.
So he can tell you more about the insanes than you. A nigga who been spectating and
no, but he could tell more about the entirety of the culture.
No, he can't.
Yes.
No, he can't. He can't tell you more about insanes than a spectator. How?
So the guy who studied it for his entire life.
They're talking about two different things. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But he doesn't want to talk about what I'm talking about because he knows it's over.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
His whole argument is that I don't get to have an argument.
Said that, bro.
You're not on mic. No, but I mean, you can get on mic, but you're not on mic.
All right, we got P-Nice in the building.
Shut up, P-Nice. What's up, G? How you doing?
Y'all both saying some real shit.
Nah, so a person like you were saying, Adam, a person that studying this shit, they would know a lot, probably a lot more than the person that's been actually banging this shit.
Because he watching.
Because they studying it.
Because the average dude from your hood,
they probably asked him, they probably asked you, getting all the information that they need. But as far as experience,
right?
Exactly.
You feel me?
P-Nice. No, experience is the best teacher.
The nigga don't got experience on a nigga who studied. You feel me?
But the thing is,
it's like a football coach.
We're talking about the average gang member, and my argument is that the average dude from your hood does not know a lot about what's going on outside of his immediate area.
That's what makes
for sure.
That's what makes
if you're a gangbanger in Long Beach, you have absolutely no reason to know what the fuck is going on in the valley. Who cares? Some of them might know.
You say
it's very rare.
You say you cover the world on it. Type. Right. You say he could cover the
entirety of even just this city.
Cover the world of it
is a very specific skill.
What he's saying.
And the average gangbanger is not going to go out of their way to get that skill because it would be totally useless to them.
It both makes sense, bro. Because a nigga can't tell me about something I'm inside of. Right? That's what you say. But I know
you know more about me, and
I know.
Yeah, but you were hanging out at battles.
Stop.
I created the most successful company in the history of the internet on the West Coast.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Oh, no.
How would somebody who's just a fan be able to experience that much success? Meanwhile, what success have you experienced in rap?
He said he loved.
But what?
Oh, Adam trying to hit low blow now. What success have you experienced in rap? Meanwhile, here we go.
What success have you experienced in rap?
You saying you love
you're saying that you have all this experience, but what have you done with it?
Right? You got it, Adam.
I mean, I don't want to make it a personal attack, but it's too hard not to.
Personal attack.
Oh my God!
You made it personal first.
He said it's too hard not to. What, Adam? What?
How?
By calling me a fan and saying that
I said you were.
I've only been listening to rap since I was 32. You had so many. You had so many more years than me, and what did you do with it?
One mic.
Did you not get in the culture?
You had all these years. What did you do with it?
In the culture at 32.
What did you do with all those extra years in the culture?
In my mouth, I didn't say.
But tell me, answer my question.
Did you get in the culture at 32? Did you not?
No, I started interviewing rappers at 32.
In the culture. That's in the culture. Now you're trying to.
I've been. Do you think that
not in the culture?
Do you think that? Can you please respect the one mic? Allow me to speak.
You saying you loved it since forever?
Do you think that I?
Oh, this is not Clubhouse. What right? Like, come on, where you get this one bike from?
I just started being into rap at 32 when I got into it. I got into it with encyclopedic knowledge of this shit.
So you know
and
more
that's
than the
why.
nigga who was born in it.
But what if you?
Encyclopedic knowledge, exactly. Cut them off.
Done with that.
You got it, cool.
What have you
Now
done?
you want to make it a personal attack, and that's cool. You want
No, but you already made it a personal attack on me. So you're not giving me any chance but to express the fact.
That's cool.
See, you're doing the damn homie thing. You're talking over me because you don't want to hear my point. But my point.
You doing the damn homie thing. What? They ain't feeling damn homie? Oh, okay. Let's say it ain't so, Adam.
Is that?
Go ahead.
I have experienced unprecedented success in this field, and I would have never brought that to the table. But for some reason, you want to flex the fact that you were hanging out in poetry lounges with Lush.
So because you was a fan, so you're being hanging out.
Come on, man. He was hanging out in poetry. Come on, Adam. I'll whoop your ass, boy. I don't know how Sus even sitting through this.
Where fan?
He was hanging out where?
How am I a fan when I've experienced more success within this culture than like almost anyone ever?
Cool. You right.
No, look.
I mean, how is that a fan?
Look, what you're saying is you're covering the entirety of it. You feel me? The whole thing. And you make success off of it.
Right.
So you do know what you know. You do know more than a lot of
right. Would I have become successful in this space if I wasn't extremely knowledgeable about it?
But what the homie saying
who
is,
here
you
can
don't
say
know
that
more
they
than me
went
'cause
and
I'm
sat down
inside
with
of it.
Joe Budden and 3 of his co-hosts and cooked them? I've done things that no white boy.
Nah, you didn't cook them, boy. They was cooking. They was on you. They was on your bumper. Let's get that correct. You ain't cooked nobody.
Is ever done in rap.
Somewhere else.
I'm just saying, it's true.
Okay, look.
It's not like an accident that I've managed to have so many accolades.
Y'all, he can't compare to that because he ain't over there on that. That's not something he want to compare with you with. You get what I'm saying? But
I'm just saying,
how he's saying
he's trying to diminish my contribution to hip hop by saying I'm just a fan and I got into it when I was 32. It's obviously crazy. So you're putting me in a place in which I have to do the thing that I absolutely never do, which is brag about how successful I am. I never do that. But you're trying to undermine me and say that I'm not allowed to have an opinion about hip hop because I started doing podcasts at 32.
Not that.
What the fuck?
But you saying you capitalized off hip hop. He's saying he's really in hip hop.
Well, he was hanging out at poetry lounges and shit. Yeah.
You got it. You cool with the disrespect. Go ahead.
For real. On everything. Because you laughing, boy. Nigga slap you.
You laughing and shit. But it's cool, bro. You got it there.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no. Sussa slapped that nigga, bro. And Suss is really retaining himself right now. That's crazy.
But yeah, I think y'all got two different points from the beginning, from the start.
No, you started it. You forced me to do that.
How? I never attacked
because you started calling me a fan and saying I got into hip hop at 32.
Did you not?
You lied.
Did you not?
You lied.
So what were you doing before?
What I said, I was riding BMX every day in the streets.
Hip hop?
Yeah, I mean, it's part of it.
Get the fuck out of here. No, it's not.
Oh, so now you're making fun of my BMX shit.
Hip-hop, get the fuck out.
I was super successful in BMX.
Ryan Vice is hip-hop. Get the fuck out of here.
Well,
I'm not saying you're not successful. What the fuck?
But don't tell me that I'm not allowed to have an opinion.
What the fuck do riding bikes got to do with rap?
Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean that it's not a real thing. Hey, you want to know something? If you were to ask anybody who really knows about BMX, they will tell you that me pushing hip hop and BMX, I'm the most influential person in the history of bike riding in terms of the music, because I was always at the forefront. And I'm talking before No Jumper, because I was always putting new interesting rap. I was the first person to put Gucci, Thug, all this shit back in the day. Like after the Animal era, which ended in like 2006, I was the guy who was pushing hip hop in BMX and basically made it so that hip hop was the sound of BMX for the whole time that I was the most popular blogger in the space. But he doesn't get that, so he's down to diminish it.
Okay, so we going
this shit going everywhere.
Wait, yeah, that's where I'm like, hold on, cuz now we on BMX again.
But Suspect did get me out of pocket and forced me to do the thing that I don't normally do, which is to tell you how successful I am.
The whole thing is y'all arguing,
but now you're playing the victim and acting like I had no right to tell you.
I'm not going to disrespect you back because you're my boss, so you got it.
You started it.
I never disrespected you.
You started it. You told me I'm not allowed to have a fucking opinion about hip hop.
No, fuck that bullshit, sus. Bossed up on this nigga.
That is what you said.
Did I say he wasn't allowed to say
Throw
shit?
in the rock,
PW?
hide in the hand.
PW. Did I say he
Throw
wasn't
in the
allowed
rock,
to say shit?
hide in the hand.
Did I say he wasn't allowed to say shit?
Throw in the rock.
Thank you. Thank you. I never
in
said
the
he
rock.
wasn't allowed to say shit.
You didn't say that, but you insinuated that he's white.
Why are you
I
lying?
ain't saying that he's white. I just went and told you a white man that.
But
don't know
you
about
stated
him.
facts, though.
No, I said a fact. All I said is you were a spectator.
But he insinuated that you was white.
You were a spectator in hip hop until 32, and then you inserted yourself
DW kind of instigating now.
into it. I was born into it. That's all I said.
What did being born into it get you?
Okay, that's what I get.
And that's immediate
what did it do?
He's saying that.
What did that do for you?
He's saying that.
You got
He's
that,
saying,
bro.
If anything, what you said,
you more
the
successful,
fact that I've
you
experienced the
capitalize
success
on
that I've
it.
experienced in the last 8 years, that's amazing. That's amazing. You've been around for 30 years.
You got it,
What'd it do?
You got it. I'm not even 30, nigga. You got it. You got it.
Damn, bro, you just got cooked.
You got it, bet.
That's
You got big cooked.
I think y'all both got a
Man, Adam, man.
you know what y'all talking about.
Y'all got a point.
Y'all on two different-
My
Oh,
problem is
y'all
that he's
big.
playing the victim now and he's the one who started it.
Oh, you did. Oh, you turned.
No, because he dissed me and like made it a personal attack
But that dog.
before I did, and now he's acting like a victim, like I'm fucked up for saying that I'm successful.
Personal attack when the super chat read that Adam can't have this argument with Sus, and you said how he knows more about rap, and you start making it a personal attack, and I said, whoa,
No, but that's not a personal attack. That's just me saying I have every right to have an opinion on this shit, just like you.
That's not what you said.
No, that is the point I was getting at, and now you're trying to play a victim.
That's what you've been doing to me the whole time. A point in perception. Do y'all get what I'm trying to say? A point of perception.
Y'all been got. If y'all think nobody get y'all, good.
No. I'm done talking about.
We got exactly what both y'all saying a long time ago.
A nigga who watching your culture can't tell you more about when you're in it. You just can't.
No, I think we already proved that with the gang conversation that they definitely can.
You said average. We're not talking about average. I'm talking about a nigga who pops in it.
Here's a better example.
That's me.
Who's got a better perspective on hip hop?
History, so you don't know.
Who's got a better perspective on hip hop? Somebody who literally writes a history book on hip hop,
right?
Or just some random rapper?
We're not talking
it's the fucking guy who wrote the history books.
Yeah, because he probably went to every hood.
Yeah, studying. But stop putting random on it. Say somebody whose father was heavily involved in hip hop and had you heavily involved in hip hop and you're heavily involved in hip hop. Say that.
That's what he's saying.
You get what I'm saying? You're trying to complete.
Did you notice that we're not even having a conversation about the Kendrick and Drake thing anymore? Now we're having an argument about who's allowed to have an official opinion in hip hop. My opinion is that both of our opinions should be taken seriously and judged on their own merits. His opinion is that because I'm white and because I got into rap or into doing content in rap 8 years ago, that for some reason my opinion is not relevant. And I
never said it wasn't relevant.
This is my thing. That is literally what you've been saying this whole fucking time. I cannot believe you're lying about that.
I didn't say relevance.
My opinion about it is that
everyone's opinion is relevant to somebody.
My opinion
relevant to
is that the argument, our opinion should be judged on the merits of the opinion and not turned into personal attacks. And you stepped over the line with that.
You kind of made it personal.
You made it personal.
No,
but he started it. He told me that
I'm not gonna get.
He told me because I'm from New Hampshire or because I'm old that I'm not allowed to have an opinion.
I didn't even know you were from New Hampshire.
Nigga from New Hampshire riding bikes talking about he know more about a nigga who was heavily involved.
There it is. There it is.
Because you've been.
That's what you've been doing since the very fucking beginning.
Yeah, nigga, take some shots at that nigga.
Talking about weird ass nigga. Now I'm taking shots.
Oh, see, okay, there it is.
Yeah, weird ass. Yeah, get on him, sus.
I'm taking shots now. You've been taking shots for an hour.
He's damn homie.
You've been taking shots for an hour.
He's sus homie.
I'm supposed to shut the fuck up the whole.
Ah, what? Adam Carter got up and slapped this nigga for real. Cause I just remove myself because it's no winning with Adam. Like he go take it personal and then think of everything to disrespect you and insult you in every form or manner.
All time.
Sus homie.
What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? Nigga, you was a spectator riding bikes.
See?
You start interviewing hip hop.
He's doing it again.
32.
He's doing it again. He's doing it again. Nobody's convinced by this argument.
All right. Shit, they was.
The argument of I get to have an opinion because I've been hanging out in poetry lounges and you don't because you were successful riding BMX bikes.
You was the first one to take a shot. More diminishing from
you're playing the victim.
What I was actually
you're playing the victim.
That's not a victim. I'm saying you're trying to diminish what I was involved in by calling it poetry lounges. That's like for the equivalent.
How are you not diminishing what I'm involved in? See, look, he's playing the victim.
But you know more.
You're playing the victim because you started diminishing my life experience before me. Why are you talking to him? Talk to me. Talk to me.
You don't know more about.
Don't talk to him. Talk to me. Talk to me. Don't talk to him.
I don't need to.
That's some hoe ass shit. Don't be looking at him when you could be looking at me.
Hoe ass shit.
Look at me.
What? Boy, slap the glasses off that man's face.
Oh yeah, cause we listen.
If you want to argue, look at me.
We listen.
Don't be looking at the guy sitting next to me.
Where you going, cuz?
Damn, I thought we were just making contact. Look how inexperienced he is, bro.
Sit your ass down.
Don't do that. Cuz, where you going? Oh, I thought you was out. Oh, hey, Adam said he out. Hold on, hey, Adam, no. At the end of the day.
No, I would have got up and left too. It was too much disrespect at this point, bro. And really, I think Sus is really retaining himself from slapping at him. You feel me? Because he ain't gonna let nobody else talk to him like that. But he shouldn't let him talk to him. Fuck that job. Move on. You feel me?
The day cut from the beginning, you was talking bigger. He was talking better, right?
No, but that was the opinion number one. This opinion is about. Or this argument is about who gets to have an opinion.
Basically, he was like, "Nigga, the culture." Which he was asking you, I was telling you, nigga, you can't really tell me nothing about something that I grew up on.
But my point is just that he started that argument of who gets to have an opinion. I never. What am I going to say? I'm not going to start that.
You saying that?
I never make it about the identity of the arguers. It's not about the identity of who's arguing. It's about the ideas.
Right.
And so immediately making it about, oh, you're from this way of life and I'm from this way of life, that doesn't change the validity of the ideas that are being argued. It should be about the ideas.
I think there's right now, even if I explain to him and explain to you, y'all kind of still like both going like this. So it really don't.
Yeah, we're kind of just churning
y'all
water
both
at
on
this
some
point.
different shit. I get what the fuck he's saying. It's like y'all don't.
It really ain't no right or wrong right now, though.
You saying
really
you
not.
The
one thing I think is wrong.
He's not saying because you white. He's saying at the end of the day, for real, you not hearing.
Yeah, but he keeps saying, "Oh, I didn't say it was about being white, but it was about New Hampshire." Only started doing podcasts 8 years ago. You're right. You didn't say the white thing, but you made it about like everything else surrounding my whiteness.
You could have been Indian. What are you talking about? You could have been black.
The point is,
you could have been like a Flacco, not in the culture.
The point is that if we're,
what is he saying? I'm not saying white. Stop trying to make.
I just explained that you didn't say white. Are you not listening?
You saying he was going around it.
He was talking about everything besides that. But okay,
no, you're trying to say I'm alluding to white, and I'm saying it could have been Flacco, a nigga who was somewhere in the middle of Fargo,
but this is the thing.
Spectator.
If you and Flacco have
about y'all life, it's the equivalent for Flacco.
If you and Flacco have a legitimate argument
in the gangbang culture, you're like, bro, you wasn't even.
If you and Flacco have a legitimate argument,
you got it.
You should be able to argue about that and not make it about, oh, Flacco, you're from North Dakota. Because yes, sometimes there might be an argument in which the fact that he's not from here will kind of like inform why his perspective is totally ignorant, which I have felt that way with Flacco before. Right.
But you're not from here, so your perspective might be ignorant. You're not from this culture.
He's saying that's what
no, that's my problem.
Exactly what
my point.
You're saying you're not Flacco.
How is that not
You're
valid?
missing the point.
How is that not valid?
We should be able to have an argument without you trying to make it all about my identity.
How is that not valid? That you're not from the culture, so you can't understand the culture.
But we're not talking about gangbanging. We're talking about Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole.
I'm talking about hip hop culture. Hip hop culture is hip hop culture, not us.
But can you make me a promise?
You get what I'm saying?
Can you make me a promise that the next time we argue about something, you're not just going to make it about my identity?
You made it. You look. I can never make a hip hop argument in hip hop culture with somebody who's not actually from hip hop culture.
This is literally the thing that I'm asking you not to do.
You inserted yourself into hip hop culture. I was born in hip hop culture is what I'm saying.
Everything you just said is what I'm asking you to not do.
And I can't not do that. I can't.
And that's going to really hold you back as a podcaster because the people at home don't want to hear us argue about like who's the coolest, who's the most hardcore. They want to hear us talk about the actual ideas at play. But when you say like, oh, your opinion is not valid because of whatever. That's to me, that's boring to the audience, and it's kind of like insulting to the fellow hosts and stuff. Like, I think that you should be able to have an argument about music without, like if me and Vlad had the same argument, there's never going to be a moment in the conversation where Vlad tells me because I'm younger or because Vlad's been working in hip hop way longer. He was doing the Ghost Ride the Whip documentaries up in the Bay, all that kind of shit. Like, so he could make a very similar argument to what Suspect is saying, which is to say I have more and more long-standing hip-hop credentials than you, so therefore my opinion is right. But guess what? Vlad is a very, very experienced hip-hop commentator and podcaster, so he would never make that argument. My argument is just that when you hear a valid argument or you hear an argument that you don't agree with, and then you just make it all about saying that the other person comes from a different walk of life, so therefore their perspective is not as valuable.
Man, shut up. I don't even want to hear you no more. He like straight up, like he tried to play sus. Sus argument was valid to me. He don't never want to feel like he wrong, right? He felt like he was getting at him, so he want to belittle him in a way. So I don't agree with it at all, man. I'm done with this. You understand me? Shout out Almighty Sus for standing his ground, doing his thing. You feel me? But yeah, we don't care about that's your boss, homie. You know what I'm saying? Disrespect is disrespect, straight up. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know what it is, man. It's locked and loaded. Rocstar 2800, Rocstar Reacts. Stay tuned for more. You know we got the hottest content in the streets. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe right now. Become a member also to the channel. Follow Smutfree TV on Instagram. Hop in them comments. Why? Because every comment counts. You already know the rest.